What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Friday night, enjoying the new year. It has been a crazy few days for me, not going to lie. I feel like it was just yesterday. We were talking on Victory Monday, getting excited. Kelly Green's beating the hell out of the Cowboys, getting everybody back on board with this team, right? But then, of course, the decision is made about Saquon Barkley. Talked about that the other day. And I think that, obviously it could have gone either way. We talked about that. I'd love to see him break the record, but I also want to win the Super Bowl. And I know I'm the only person that predicted the Eagles would win the Super Bowl. And all these other media people and content creators are obviously still feeling some certain way about this team because they're mad that they obviously exceeded their expectations of this team. But look, they're going to have to stay making up weird narratives and being upset about something. And I've seen people going purely insane. Every time I get on social media, people are losing their mind. So we're here to talk about it tonight. We're going to take it all in, baby. But I hope you're all having a great week. It's Fan Friday. We're here to talk some birds. Can't get much better than that. So we're going to talk about the decision for Saquon. We're going to talk about Hurts. We're going to talk about the Pro Bowlers. We're going to talk about the alternates. Talk about game status report. I don't have the game status report show today. I worked over 11 hours today, and then when I got home, internet not working again. So I finally, I called again, if you guys remember this happened a couple weeks ago, and this plume thing or whatever, you plug in your effing wall, it starts humming, dude. It's like bright red light. I'm like, all right, dude. So that's how I came home to that, but I was like, nothing is going to stop me. So I just sat on the phone for an hour getting this fixed to be able to make this show here tonight. So let's rock and roll, baby. Hope you're ready to run through some walls, ready for this game on Sunday that, well, obviously doesn't even matter. But we're going to be wearing the black, and I'm ready to see back in black. Okay, so we're going to go out here. We're going to get to see some of these young developing players. Very excited about that. If I have time, I still do want to do a top matchup show, possibly tomorrow. But instead of the top matchups, we'll talk about the matchup in itself because the Giants will be playing their starters. But I want to talk about some of these young players and what I'm looking forward to seeing. A lot of these players we talked about before the draft, if you remember. So, look, we're going to talk about that stuff. And there's going to be people upset. It's okay. We get a bye week right here. You talk about, oh, we got to get the bye. And then when we get ourselves a bye, people are pissed off. So they're always whining about something, right? But we're here to get pumped up. It's Fan Friday, so it's your show. Anything you have on your mind, I'm going to fly through the information I do have for you, but I want to hear from you. What's going on with you guys? Hello, indeed, Tiffany. Appreciate you tuning in. And you're too kind. I'm glad it feels like forever to you. I believe I just talked to you a few days ago on Monday there. But if you missed it, appreciate you tuning in now. Let's effing go, birds. I hope you had a great New Year's. Let's rock and roll here. And the people are losing their minds. I'm excited for the playoffs. And I know you guys have been with me. We're the only ones that have been talking about Super Bowl all damn year. While we're laughing at these people as they're every week changing to a new narrative. It's got to be this. And it's like, all right, dude. We're pumped. We're locked in, and we know that we wanted to earn the right to rest our starters in this Week 18, maybe 17 game. Didn't happen in 17, but it's okay. We won the NFC East. We locked in our division. We're at number 2. Let's go. You got to buy, just like in the old days when number 2 got a bye week. Well, here's our bye. People are, they're going to get rusty. They're not even going to know what to do. They just play it all season. They're going to be fucking clueless out there. No. We want them to get healthy. Saquon's been getting banged up. People have been getting banged up in these games. Jalen Hurts will be coming back from a concussion. So it's not like by choice they didn't want to play him. So it's crazy to me. We're locked in, right? We want these playoffs to start. We're ready to rock and roll. Commanders, Packers, whoever wants to come get it, you're going to catch that ass beating. Come to Philly and find out. And it's going to be enjoyable to see that, and then we'll keep moving on through. So let's go. Let's effing go. JC, appreciate you tuning in. Nina, let's go. Got some sickos in the building. Appreciate you guys tuning in, sharing that love down below amongst yourselves. And all you sickos, I hope you're having a great week. And I can't wait either. The playoffs. I've already been creating the graphics. You know me, Nina. I'm a true sicko. And I've been getting pumped up. And I created these graphics. I'm like, yeah, looking good. And I'm like, well, hold on a sec there, Terry. it's not exactly locked in as to who's where. And I like made all these graphics already. And I'm like, I guess it better hopefully turn out the way I made the graphics. But if not, we'll do a little moving around of things. But I'm pumped up. I'm ready to rock and roll. You know, I've been locked in all week, and every week you guys come, and I appreciate the hell out of you. You tag me and stuff. You tune into the shows. You're letting me know, hey, I'm hearing the crap out there, and they're all freaking out, and everybody, but we're locked in right here. We're talking about what's going on each and every week with this team. Hey, oh, this happened. Oh, season's over. No, it's not actually. Just begun. And we talked about staying patient, understanding new coordinators, new players, young players here, trying to learn a very complicated system on offense and defense. So they see now this, and they'll find out, dude. And I keep seeing it. They better win it. Better win the Super Bowl. Okay, let me explain something to you about the Saquon Barkley situation. Would I love to see him break Eric Dickerson's record? Oh, well, yeah. But he got 2,000 yards. That's pretty effing amazing. So good job to him. A fantastic year, man. And, you know, Dickerson averaged 5.6 yards per carry when he broke the record. And, you know, he had 34 more carries than Saquon Barkley did. Barkley averaged 5.8. So just saying, he had a phenomenal year. Got to give it up to him. Let's not be upset about him having a great year and wanting to win a Super Bowl. That's what we want from this team. But here's where people get lost. You want Saquon Barkley to break the record against his old team. So do I. I'd love to see that, right? If the game mattered, but it doesn't matter. And the offensive line is not playing either. We're resting our starters, man. So you want to tell me Tanner McKee is in there. You've got fucking Dick, Bob, and Johnny Wilson, Anaya Smith in there. You're telling me that the Giants aren't going to be like, well, I wonder what the fuck they're doing here. And there's Nick Gates instead of Cam Jurgens. Fred Johnson instead of Jordan Mailata. And I like Fred Johnson. I like what Gates provides his depth there, center and guard. No knock on the backups here. Trevor Keegan instead of Landon Dickerson. Mekhi Becton. Lane Johnson. So you got backup linemen, backup skill players, and then there's Saquon Barkley. Right? Oh, we're just going, no, we're not using him. We're throwing here. Guys, do not play the run. You shitting me? And it's his old team. They're out for blood. You're telling me they're not going to do everything they can to, you know. I'm not saying that all players are dirty or anything like that, but come on, man. They're going to be coming at him hard, and you never know. So I don't think, you know, it's a preposterous decision that was made. Nick Sirianni, I applaud you for never listening to the dumbasses in the Philly media or the casuals in our fan base, because holy shit, we would have nobody on the team. Everybody would be fired. Everybody sucks. We wouldn't have Howie. We wouldn't have Jalen Hurts. We wouldn't have Nick Sirianni. We wouldn't have A.J. Brown. We wouldn't have Dallas Goedert. We wouldn't have Lane Johnson. I mean, everybody sucks at some point. And then, yeah, pretty crazy out there. Pretty crazy. But, yeah, man, whoever wants to come get it, I welcome it, man. You know, I've stood here and repeated it over and over again that this is the best team in the it's the best team in the NFL. It is. And they're going to repeat it. And I'll keep repeating it myself. And I know it may be annoying. I apologize. But it's funny to me that I have to sit here and listen to people talk out their ass when they literally have no idea what they're talking about. And then when we talk about things here, you and I, amongst ourselves, all of a sudden, when it happens and it's like, well, this team, and it's like, you telling me what I'm already watching does nothing for me. I don't understand. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm going to show you here in a second the game status report. So, Trayvon, my man, appreciate you tuning in, dude. Hope you've been doing well. Hope you're having a great new year. Yeah, man. Everybody is a hater. Dickerson, you know, he didn't want his record broken. I'm not going to hate. I'm not going to be mad about that. But Lynn, happy new year to you. Appreciate you taking the time here tonight. And look, man, what I just was saying there is, I'm not saying every player's dirty, but you know people are going to be gunning for him. So I'm good, man. I want to win the Super Bowl. I know these people can't get that through their thick skulls that this team is winning the Super Bowl. And they can every week, and I've laughed at them, every week it's a narrative, dude. Jalen Hurts is having a baby. Devontae Smith is a girlfriend. It's like always. I don't understand it, man. I don't know how. I don't even want to talk about it. It drives me that crazy. New year, new me on the road to victory. Okay, let's just stay in that lane and let's focus on this game up ahead, this playoff season up ahead, and watching everybody repeat us and follow us all the way on the road to victory. You know what comes AAGLES Eagles. It's time to win this Super Bowl, and they're going to find out this year who the best team is. So, yeah, well, it's always been entertainment, and they've been cheating and gambling on it for a long time. Now it just becomes way more obvious for people, and social media, it's just everything's on a grand scale now. But, yeah, it definitely didn't help, and I actually just had that same conversation, Lynn, with Chelsea. I was saying this is literally the worst thing that could have happened because it's blatantly happening, and these little shitbird refs and these people are definitely in on their own thing. You got so many damn things going on. I don't trust them. I never will. But that's all right. But, dude, you know me, Trayvon. I've been locked in from day effing one this offseason. We talked about who we're going to draft, who we're going to get in free agency to solidify our claim that we are building a dynasty here. We are not only winning the Super Bowl this year, but we will dominate for years to come with the young players we will add to this team because we've already added studs. Remember the studs at the beginning of the year that told us, Jalen Carter's the best, Jordan Davis is the best. And I know somebody's going to get offended. Nobody ever said that. Yes, they did, and they wouldn't shut the up about it. And everybody sucked. Cooper DeJean, he's white. He can't play. Quinyon Mitchell, he went to a small school. He sucks. Jeremiah Trotter, look at the and it's like, okay, well, Jalen Sutton, well, why isn't he? And these people come at me, and it's like, well, dude, remember what I say when I talk about drafting someone like Jalen Sutton or Jeremiah Trotter Jr. They're going to take a year or two to get it under their system, but we got players here that start now. And I always hate that argument of, why isn't this player playing? He's not starting. It's like, well, when you have a good player starting, Nakobe Dean, Zach Bond, well, that's kind of why. And it's frustrating, but this team knows what they're doing, and we get a good look at some of the backups going up against starters, and we're going to hope that they practice well together and can actually get something. It doesn't have to be, too vanilla here. We'll see what, kind of play calling we have with, a pocket quarterback, and that'll be fun. But we're focused on next week, man. That's what's coming. And I've been really sick this week. I'm not going to lie to you, but I still made it to work every effing day today, over 11 hours, and got my ass beat. It was a pouring concrete kind of day. There's 3 of us. We mixed, carried, laid, and it was quite a day. But I was ready to I couldn't wait to make a Fan Friday. I was like, you know what? It's happening tonight because we need to have one last Fan Friday of the regular season. And then I cannot wait to go through Fan Fridays and Victory Mondays or Victory Sundays, whatever they need to be. I'm ready for it, baby. And I hope you're all ready too. So let's rock and roll here. Let me show you guys some of this information I wanted to bring to the table. We always get lost in sauce here, but yeah, man, and it's awesome. And look, you know what I predicted, and that's a Super Bowl win. And I'm telling you, I will not change my opinion because I think this is the best team in the NFL. And they're going to see what I mean every week when, well, this week they didn't run. Well, this week, it's like, yeah, man, you find ways to win. I don't know if it's their first games. I don't know. At y'all back. Yeah, I'm not sure how they do that. I just, maybe they at and then start typing the name and it pops. I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah, I remember you both hitting in that range. I think I said 15-2. So it could have been. And it, I think this team we talked about, it could go undefeated. It could lose 5. It's the NFL. That's the great part about it, right? We never know. And that's why when people freak out, we were 2-2 at one point, and it was, oh, well, I thought you said, and it's like, well, dude, I still feel that way, and then go on a huge run, and, well, the best run in Eagles history is what we went on, and it's like, this team is very talented, and they can stand toe-to-toe with anybody. They showed that. Oh, well, they're going to find out this week with the Ravens. Well, wait till they play the Steelers. Well, the Bengals, how'd that work out for them? Well, let me just try to show you something here real quick before I keep going back. But I wanted to show you the game status report. As you can see, quite a list. But Hurts, AJ, Pickett, all out. Doubtful, Devontae Smith, I think that's questionable for Pickett. Yeah. AJ Brown is doubtful. And I'm sorry, I always make these graphics, but I couldn't tonight because I had to spend all damn night trying to get my internet working. Now, Barkley doubtful. Bond doubtful. Carter, Dickerson, Johnson, Lane, Jordan Mailata, Darius Slay, all doubtful. Nakobe Dean, not going to play. And then questionable Shipley. I'd love to see Shipley play in this game, so that'd be awesome. But as you can see, it's going to be backups, man. And then you see here, Neal, he is out. So the right tackle, who's not good at all, he will be out. McFadden, and I'll bring you an updated depth chart for tomorrow's show because I just wasn't able to do any graphics when I got home because, well, again, love that internet. Now, you know who the champs are. There's the standings. Always show these to you. I want you to be up to date. You know we're number 2. We're locked in. Either the Packers at 7, or if the Commanders lose, Packers win, however that plays out, we'll play either the Commanders or Packers here. You can see the Giants, bottom of the barrel, trying to fight their way out of a number 1 pick in typical Giants fashion. Love to see it. And, they've been atrocious this year. You can see 31st in points on offense, 29th in yardage, tied for 20th in turnovers there, 25th in sacks given up, doing horribly. So this defense, these young guys, I'd love to see them get something going on their starters. That would really, could bode well for these young guys' confidence and, the curve for their development, man. Sky's the limit for some of these young guys, I believe. So we'll see. And then on the defensive side of the ball, they've struggled, giving up points. And you can see not too bad against the pass, but that's because teams can run all effing over them. And I know that seems to confuse a lot of the media there, why you would just run all over people with someone like Saquon or when you have a good running back and not pass it all the time. Well, it's because you're running all over them. So sorry if that's too confusing for them, but you can see they get sacks. That's great. So we want to protect Tanner McKee because, Ian Book is going to be the backup there. I'd like to see some Tanner there. But you can see not too many turnovers. We're going to try to keep that thing going there. Now, another thing I wanted to show you, and I told you I don't give a damn who makes the Pro Bowl. It's cool for them, for the accolades, the little bonuses they get. It's cool. But we're going to the Super Bowl, so these dudes ain't playing. But you can see that the Eagles have 6 Pro Bowlers there. You got Saquon, Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson, and Cam Jurgens on the line. Becton, had a great year, so it's whatever. But Jordan Mailata, not like what, dude? And look, you can take PFF grades with a grain of salt, but the dude's the highest graded and the only guy in the 90s in both pass and run blocking. So wild. But on defense, you had Jalen Carter and Zach Bond. So, they definitely earned it. I thought Quinyon Mitchell definitely could have had a chance. I mean, a lot of our players, but A.J. Brown, like what are we doing here? But there are some alternates there. And A.J. Brown, Mailata, Quinyon Mitchell, Josh Sweat were first alternates, those 4. And then Jalen Hurts is a second alternate. But again, I don't give a damn. We are effing going to the Super Bowl. So that's how we roll in these parts. But ridiculous that A.J., Mailata are not there. Mitchell, Sweat, hell yeah, man. But I get it. There's good players there. But it's like, what are we doing here? So looking at, the NFC, their quarterbacks are Goff, Jaden Daniels, and Sam Darnold, who all had great years. But the fact that they sleep on Jalen Hurts, second alternate, like, give me all right, dude. All right, bro. I love it, man. I think that's just going to fuel the fire, to be honest with you. So I think it's beautiful that they did that. But I'm happy for the guys that did make it. But, Saquon is starting at the running back position. You have Gibbs and Jacobs there. Some damn good running backs who had good years. You got Juszczyk as the fullback. Should have been blessed in game. No, I'm just kidding. But wide receiver, you had Jefferson, St. Brown, Lamb, and McLaurin. And look, man, it is Justin Jefferson. He was good. He had a great year. CeeDee Lamb, he's still really damn good. Terry McLaurin was fantastic. Monroe St. Brown had a good year, but dude, you got to put A.J. Brown over him or somebody. Like, that's wild to me. Kittle and McBride at tight end, that makes sense. But offensive tackle, Johnson, Sewell, and Wirfs. And that, I get it. It's hard because Sewell and Wirfs are really good. But, dog, Jordan Mailata had the best year out of anybody. So, what? But, whatever. Then you had Dickerson and Tyler Smith from the Cowboys. Lindstrom for the Falcons as guards. Centers were Ragnow and Jurgens, so hell yeah. At end, you had the edge guys were Micah Parsons, Nick Bosa, Rashawn Gary, no doubt. Jalen Carter, Dexter Lawrence, Vita Vea in the middle there. Linebackers, outside linebackers, I guess I don't know why they're not, whatever. Greenard, Van Ginkel, Verse. Then you got middle linebackers, Fred Warner, Zach Bond. Hell yeah. Bond, definitely. He should be all pro. Corners, yeah, Jalen Johnson for the Bears, Byron Murphy from the Vikings. No, dude. No. Quinyon Mitchell should be all right. J.C. Horn and Devin Witherspoon. I don't care. You should have Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell in there. I'll give a damn. But whatever. Free safety, you had Xavier McKinney. Then strong safety, you had Buda Baker, Brian Branch. McKinney and Branch had good years. I don't know that Branch had such a great year. I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson had a pretty awesome year. So I think that's definitely a snub. You had DePaula, Vikings long snapper, Aubrey, the Cowboys kicker, Cowboys returner as well, Turbin, and then Kadero Hodge, special teamer for the Falcons, which I thought, could have gone to Sidney Brown or Kaylee Ringo. Thought we had some good gunners there, but I don't really care about the Pro Bowl stuff. It's all a popularity contest. It's stupid. We're going to the Super Bowl. I don't care. But that's what I wanted to show you guys. Now, if you have anything else, throw it at me. I'm going to jump back over here. If I can talk, I'm sorry, I'm still sick. I'm trying to get through it. And I was out in the cold, for most of the day. It just sucked. Going out in the cold, coming back in the basement, coming back. It was just, it kicked my ass. But let me come back. Where the hell were we? We'll start right here. We are the best team in football. That's right. And I'll repeat it over and over and over and over again until they all see it. And it'll be until we're holding that trophy up. They won't. Now it's the Lions. Oh, dude, that defense is about to get smacked. And then their offense, I'm not afraid of Jared Goff, St. Brown. They're going to get points. They're going to get yards. They're going to do things. They got Gibbs there. But guess what? We got the best defense in the NFL. We talked about this. And one of the best offenses. I think it's the best on offense and defense. The best all-around team. And I think that we're not afraid of anybody. So anybody wants to come get it. I've told you that from day one, and I've repeated it throughout the season as to who our opponents were, who, we really had to worry about. And Lions have never been a team. None of these teams worry me, man. Look, man, this team knows how to win games against teams that are good against the run, and then they get confused as to why we're passing the ball, or when they're good against the pass and we run the ball. It makes sense to me. It's situational football, man. And what I loved about this team throughout the year is, while everyone whines about the issues and things, the bad things, focuses on the negativity, it's like, for me, I watch how they adjust to these things and how they're improving what they're doing. So that way, you can trust in your team to know what they're doing out there. They don't just have something, this is how it's all going to go down perfectly. It's like, that's not the NFL. That's not football. That's not the way things work. So I think that, this team is showing that they're still very young together, and you hear professionals and people that actually play football and talk about it, that this team, or any team, I'm sorry, it takes, over a year and a half sometimes to really get a system down and you want to keep your pieces, your core pieces, because it's so hard to learn, especially when you're talking about something like Vic Fangio's defense, dude. I think very complicated stuff. And then, for the coaches too, learning their players and their strengths and what works and what doesn't. And I think, when everybody wants to fire everyone, when, teams lose, and that, I think continuity is a big thing. So for me, I think you just keep growing, learning. And I know, people are losing their minds. Oh, you sat Saquon, so now he's going to get fired if they don't win the Super Bowl. And it's like, look, I think being the second winningest coach in history, is pretty good. It's just, people want to be mad, and that's okay. For me, I want to be excited about this team, and whatever happens, I'm behind them, man. I love this team, and I think what we have right here is a really great team. So I'm going to ride with them. But I think they win the Super Bowl. So, but regardless, I'll always look at it from both sides. I believe in this team and their future. So let's win that Super Bowl so we can build this dynasty. And they always do. They always move those goalposts. It's awesome. And I appreciate you. I really do. I was looking forward to talking to you guys. And I hope Shipley can play. I really do. And McKee should be fun to watch. Dak, my man, appreciate you tuning in, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And yes, they definitely were. But dude, over records, over Pro Bowls, I'll give a damn. I want that effing Super Bowl. And I don't even watch the Pro Bowl, man. Now it's like games or some shit. I didn't watch that. I haven't watched that in years, and I don't care. And it's not football. And you know, I saw people, I remember when Russell Wilson was in that thing, or like the skills shit, and they're all making, like, those content creators were like, yeah, we got to trade for Russell Wilson. And I was just like, just end it for me. The hate for Jalen Hurts was a little too much for me, but you see it. Yeah, man, and casuals are nuts, bro. They're nuts out there. Let them. Yeah, dude, and it's cool that they get their little bonuses and all that stuff, and it's cool for the accolades because people always say that 10-time Pro Bowler, you know what I mean? So it's great, but we're not playing in that game. Yeah, dude, no one likes us, and dude, it's awesome. Yeah, dude, it's all about the Super Bowl. We're locked in. You guys know we're locked in these parts. I see you guys are with me. I don't understand it, and I keep saying it. You better get on board, bro. And people, the team sucks, and it's like, all right, dude, I'll see you next week. Never come back ever, and it's my fault. You know, they're mad at me. Hey, man, F you, man, you're a jerk. It's like, no, dude, because I don't listen to stupidity, because I'm not like any other content creator, I will not push the stupid ass misinformation. I will not talk about dumb shit. I want to talk football, and we can laugh at these people and have a good time together, but I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to see McKee. I'm ready to see Shipley. You know, hopefully he's healthy and ready. I want to see Jalix Hunt, Trotter. You know, we talk about this. And tomorrow we're going to talk about more of that in depth when I bring you some graphics and stuff. But I'm ready to rock, man. Yeah, I did too. I thought Kaylee had a really great. I voted for he and Sidney Brown. I made multiple votes. I just think that a lot of these guys got snubbed, but it is what it is. Hell yeah, no doubt. Yeah, dude, we get a buy, which everybody wanted. No, they don't want to buy. Yeah, man, I don't. I've literally sat here every week when everybody's jumping ship, fire everyone. Oh, it's like, all right, dude, see you soon. And yes, we are, even our own fans and our own media. And I won't say our own fans. These are like a new sect of like weirdos, because we diehards, we are not like these people. It is crazy that we unfortunately won a Super Bowl and brought them in, but it wasn't just that. You guys remember when I was a teenager 20-some years ago, we started getting good. Andy Reid, Donovan McNabb, and T.O., and all the great stuff that involved everything else, getting to the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's when it kind of started, man. I started seeing people just popping up out of the woodwork, and now you see a lot of it, dude. But God help us, and that's what I'm here for, though. You know, I want to make this show for you guys, so you know that you can come somewhere and be like, this dude actually loves his effing birds and knows what he's talking about. Holy shit. Because that's what I was like, what can I create that no one else does? Like, is there no one else that wants to talk football? Everyone just spreads misinformation and talks about dumb shit. I can't do it. I won't do it. I'll never do that to you. Yeah, and sometimes, like, I'll see replays of that shit, but I wish I had time to watch. But not that stuff. I just am saying I wish I had free time, but appreciate you tuning in. I'm awake as hell. No, I'm not. I'm ready to fall asleep. But, yeah, those wine coolers, they're something else. They truly are. But I'll tell you what, you sickos, it's a new year. So let's watch everyone jump aboard our bandwagon, and let's watch our team go win this Super Bowl. It's time for everybody just to find out, because we've been talking about it, man. We've been talking about it for a while, a long time. Yeah, and sometimes it drives me crazy, dude. I try not to get too pissed off, but man, you guys know running a channel, it's a little different for me. So I get nonstop like hate and people freaking out, and it's like, all right, dude, like I take time out of my free time, my day that is like, I just worked over 11 hours today. It's a weekend. I want to chill, want to hang out with the family, and instead I work on the damn internet and trying to figure this out. I love you guys. I hope you know that, right? So let the haters hate, baby. Let them keep hating. I'll keep educating. And look, man, you guys make everything fun, you know, and I always tell you, I love the regular season. I love the off season. I much more love the regular season, even though like the shows are insane. Either one, I always say that when it's the regular season, I'm like, oh, the off season's nuts. And then when it's the off season, I'm like, yeah, but the regular season gets nuts. And I'm like, I think everything's just nuts, bro. Like the fact that I put this on my plate, it's like days like today, I'm like coming home, I'm like, I'm going to pass out on my face, and I've been sick all week, but yet, you know, I'm a Mason. It's not exactly easy work. You know, I probably lifted like 70, 80-pound bags of concrete. You know what I mean? Like, it was a long day. But, and the amount of buckets with concrete, let's not even start with that. But, you know, I love the offseason. I love the regular. I love that stuff because I know you guys love that stuff. And that's why I do that. The draft, the cap, the free agency, every free agent available. Why would the Eagles get them? Every person in the draft. Why the Eagles draft them? And we got 7 out of 9 this year who we drafted. We talked about 7 players that are pre-draft fits for the Eagles. That's why I love that. You know, I always give you the numbers. We tested them last year. I didn't put out the numbers for the draft picks. I said, everybody says they know how to do it. It's always, oh, you need 8 to 10 mil for your draft pick. And that's never that. I can assure you. Most of the time, it's never around that number. People just make things up all the time. And I try to tell them, why don't you just learn how to do the cap? I teach it for free. F you, man. I know how. And they don't. They don't. But, hey, it is what it is. I give this information for free. You literally can watch and learn for the last like 5-6 years or whatever I've been doing this. So it's fine. We'll do it again this year, but putting them to the test this past year was pretty funny. Making them wait. Like, I want to see, let's see if someone puts it out before I put it out. Because, you know, once I do it, then everybody all of a sudden knows, right? So, well, we found out last year that they, in fact, do not know how it works. So, and I appreciate you guys. I do, man. I love that you guys love this stuff. That's why I call you sickos, because you're truly sick like me to want to know everybody on the roster, everybody on the practice squad, who's on the IR. You know this stuff every single day. You want to know the initial injury report for the week? Well, that happens every week. You want to talk top matchups? We got that. You know I do behind enemy lines before any of that stuff. So you have a chance to, you know, get a little primer for the week. Oh, what's this team look like? Who did they add? Who did they get rid of? What's their rookies? What's the draft class? I love being sick. But I'll be real with you. It's enjoyable to me. I love that stuff. And in the offseason, doing all the crazy stuff, every single free agent available, all the cap stuff. How can the Eagles create cap space? You know, I do those videos every year. You hear the dumbasses talking about, well, the Eagles they're going to be cap hell this year. No, they won't. They actually have 36 mil. And look, things are going to change when the numbers move around on certain dates. Bonuses go into effect, all that stuff. And I'll keep you up to date with all of it. But all that stuff moves, changes, and I keep you up to date with it. And, you know, you hear, oh, Jalen Hurts is dead cap it. And it's like, all right, man. I wish they would understand dead cap hits and understand Jalen Hurts' contract and the restructures. But what are we going to do? And I'll always, you know, I take him to the woodshed, man. I love seeing that stuff. I love when you guys tag me and it's like, all right, dude, I got you. And I do, you know, whether you're Jerry Jones' kid, you know, you're one of Jerry's kids, you know, sorry. But I'm just saying, you know, I think that these people should just maybe simmer down on things that are way out of their element, because clearly when it comes to cap space, there's no one else that knows how to do it. And it's general managers of football teams know how to do that. But the people in the media, these casuals that try, it's too much, because it's like, bro, I can tell you right now, you have no idea what you're talking about. And it's like I'm lying to them. You know what I mean? And it's like, dude, if you just listen to what I'm saying, what I show you, it's right there for you. And yes, we do. I think all of us, you know, we've talked about it, whether it's at a game, at a place, always trying to. We'll see how this weather is. But even like a live stream, figuring something out. We got to do that. We do. And I'm appreciative of you guys. I'm glad you guys have been continuing to show up, man. I really appreciate it. Kenny Pickett. Kenny G might be walking because Will Shipley was drafted to replace him. And yeah, we'll see how we can work. Yeah, dude. I appreciate you, dude. And that's where my mindset is. We're going to try, man. We really are. We're going to keep trying. I wish I had some free time to really focus more on some things, but it's what it is. Yeah, dude, it was funny to me. A bunch of you tagged me in it, and obviously I took them to school. It was just like, all right, you're going to make me do cap shit? And look, man, I tell you, I know people want to jump to the offseason. They don't believe in this team. They're ready for the offseason like all the teams that aren't in the playoffs. But unfortunately for them, we're in the playoffs. And I'm going to be focusing on game week more than ever. We're going to be talking about everything in detail and getting pumped up for these playoff matches while they're all talking about the offseason. Don't worry, you little shitbirds. I'll be there soon. And we'll break down who I think we should draft, just like we do. We'll go through every person in the draft that I can talk about, who I've seen, and we talk about all the things in between. And I give you hundreds and hundreds, thousands of names where we talk about who I think are day one, day two, day three, at every position. Every position gets its own show in the draft. Talk about where I think the Eagles should draft if someone's available. If not, wait till here. What do we have at that position? I mean, you got to be a real sicko to watch this. But I love it, man. Love that you guys like that stuff. So we're going to keep it coming. But I got to get rolling out here, guys. Do you have any final thoughts, any questions? I'm going to be back tomorrow. I'm going to try to make a little something with the practice squad elevations, but I'm going to mix it with the top matchup show. So therefore, you'll get like an updated look at the depth chart, all this stuff. But I want to talk about some of these guys, like who the backups are that we're going to be watching, what we're going to be seeing. And I want to talk about, matchups where these young guys are getting an opportunity and what exactly we're going to be looking for. So, yeah, I'm pumped up. Hope you guys are pumped up. Playoffs? Yeah, that's right. Next week, we'll be talking playoffs. Holy just think, 1 week from now, on Fan Friday, we'll be talking about the next day, Sunday, a playoff game's coming. Regular season just flew right by, just like we talked about. It's crazy how that happens. Seriously, I felt like yesterday we were just counting down, right? Like day 99. What? Nuts. But I hope you have a great night. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you guys are having a great start to your year. And if it hasn't been, make it one. And look, I think you guys, you know how I feel about this upcoming playoffs. And it's going to be a good start to this year. But let's build on that dynasty we've been talking about, right? But it's got to be one game at a time as we break down every day. One game at a time, and then we move on to these playoffs, and it's one game at a time. Then we'll get into the offseason, and I'll show you right off the bat ways the Eagles can create cap space. I'll show you what that cap space will be, my projected look at it. And if you ever watch this show, my projections on what the cap is because I'm doing the math, not just throwing shit at you. So, as you've seen, I'm usually dead on. So we will break all that stuff down, I promise you. We'll talk about every free agent available. Trade pieces, you're damn right. You want to talk about people in the draft? We'll get into that too. So let's get through this season first, man. Let's go win ourselves a Super Bowl. And then we'll talk about that stuff. But, and yeah, I'd love to see them again. I'd love to see everybody again, man. Come get it. We're the best team in the NFL, and we'll have AJ this time. We'll have a healthy year. We'll be all right, man. So, and you know what words I'm going to ask for. So we've got, what my saying is as well. So it's coming your way. If you believe in this team getting that trophy this year, give me those 2 words down below. But that is all I've got for you here tonight. I will be back tomorrow. And look, if you need anything, I'm always here for you guys. You need a friend, you need someone to talk to, always here for you guys. I love each and every one of you sickos. Appreciate you taking the time. Hope you're having a great Friday night. Have yourselves a great weekend. Stay safe out there. Hope you enjoyed the holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, and all of the others, whatever you're celebrating out there. Hope you celebrated well and enjoyed time with loved ones. But look, I am beat up. If you need me, reach out, guys. But if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Subscribe, share, all that stuff. It really does help. So I appreciate you guys that do that stuff. But yeah, have a great Friday, man. I see you guys hitting the comments. Let me see it down below. Oh, I love you guys. Look forward to talking to you. I'm trying to make it live tomorrow. We'll see if that happens and what goes down. I want to make it live so we can talk about these guys. So, but if not, there's a pregame show, postgame, all that stuff. I'll be talking to you this weekend. So stay safe out there. Snow's coming down. Roads are a little crazy. But until next time, I'm Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. Playoffs, here we come. And as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!